Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I certainly hope you're having a fine one. Okay, what this movie file is about right here is this Odyssey C3XL Air vaping tank. Now this particular tank right here is built in the United Kingdom, Britain, and in my humble opinion, it's just a Jim Dandy tank, and I'm going to show you why here in a minute. Let me just set this down. First of all, let me get this out of my way. Where you can get these at is right there what it says, www.totallywicked-eliquid.com. Check those folks out. I've been in contact with them 3 or 4 times. They're very, very nice. They've helped me out a lot. And right there underneath where it says Odyssey C3XL Air Tank, 6.5 milliliter in the capacity, that's what I'm going to be talking about, okay? Now, before I get started, because this is kind of an old-fashioned type of a tank, but believe you me, it's built sturdy. It really seriously is. I'm going to show you here in a minute. But here, and I don't mean to be picking on Kangaroo Tech, but here's one of their Pro 4 tanks, Pro 4 series tanks. Now, take a look at that E-juice in there. Can you see that little bubble rolling around? Does that look normal to you? Come on. It's Cutwood Boss Reserve is what's in there. In other words, what's in this tube right here, this dispenser. You see what I'm getting at here? And this tank has only been used brand new, about just a couple tanks full of juice has been run through here. And that is burnt E-juice. And no, it wasn't because I had my mod set too high or anything like that. You know, basically I'm talking about this stuff right here. But see, I got a little bit left in there, but does that look like that? I don't know about you, ladies and gentlemen, but I have gotten sick and tired of some of these tanks, especially these sub-ohm tanks, burning up, E-juice, draining batteries, leaking, all kinds of malfunctions like that. Now, I've been testing out this tank right here for a month, a solid month. And this really isn't a sub-ohm tank. Okay, these atomizers that come with are 1.6 ohms, okay? And they give you 2 extra ones. This tank right here is going to cost you a good $35, but as far as I'm concerned, it's absolutely worth it. And I'm going to show you why. First of all, there's not a lot of parts and seals. I left that partially undone just so I could show you. But see right in here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the only thing that I'm aware of that you have to replace there's a seal right there. And I've got some seals coming from Totally Wicked, but and then of course there's your coil right here. In this case right here, this is a dual coil. It's a 1.6 coil. You got one that comes with, and then they give you 2 spares. But they do make a triple coil. I'll talk about that here in a minute. But you see this? This has got, I can't remember the name of that glass, boral kryptonite? No, I'm just kidding. It's boral something or other. But you just got this very little narrow window right here, and the rest of this doggone thing right here is solid 303 stainless steel. I mean, this thing is, seriously, man, this thing is built pretty doggone rugged as far as I'm concerned. Straight flat up, but it is not what I would consider a sub-ohm tank. But I don't know about you folks, but over I quit smoking almost 1 year ago, and I bought several different kinds of tanks in my day, and I got tired of burning up E-juice, just like what I showed you here, draining batteries. That's another doggone thing. You take right here, here's a Kangaroo Tech mod. And by the way, I can't even get this mod to work with that tank, by the way. But I've got this set up on 60 watts, just to drive a Max ceramic. I like ceramic coils quite a bit, but I'm having to back away from them because I don't think they got the bugs worked out of them. And the problem is with a lot of these sub-ohm tanks is the doggone things, they eat up a lot of e-juice, and they pull a lot of battery power and all these kind of dysfunctions. And another thing, I'm not picking on Max here, but another thing I've keenly noticed is a lot of these sub-ohm tanks have a tendency to leak, especially around this air vent right here. This stuff is, if you don't make your own e-juice, ladies and gentlemen, this stuff can get kind of expensive, and all that. I'd rather go through a few coils, if you will, than having to be, because e-juice gets real expensive, and coils, they're not all that bad. And like I say, right here is the coils for this thing. They give you two options at Totally Wicked. Here is a 1.4 ohm coil right here. There's two of them in there. And this is a triple coil head atomizer, okay? I could pull a doggone thing out of here. You can. As soon as I get done making this movie file, I'm going to fire this tank up. But I wanted to make this movie file before I did that. I own two of these tanks now. And here's a dual coil. I went through one of these testing, but this is what a dual coil head looks like. Okay, and it's at 1.6 ohms of resistance. Excuse me, I bumped the camera. That's what happens when I get in a big hurry. No, that's what happens when I shoot my own videos and I don't have no help doing this. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, this is another, 1.4. This is their triple coil head. And let's see, I got the 1.6, which I just showed you a burned up one, right, which is right here. Okay, let me grab up my notes here because I got CRS, can't remember squat. They offer you, you get your C3 1.6 ohm double coils. That's what comes with if you decide to buy one of these Odyssey heads. And this coil basically runs at 8 watts to 15 watts. Okay, the triple coil heads, the C3 1.4 ohm, they run from 11 watts to 23 watts. I have not tested out these, which I'm getting ready to, but I can guarantee you that those coils right there, the dual coils, work very, very well. Okay, what's my point to this video? Here's my point, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to save on e-juice, and if you want to save on battery life, okay, take a look here. Right there, I got this thing set on 9.6 watts at 4 volts because this head, which is a dual head in there, needs to see at least 4 volts. And this is a Wisemac RX, RX 200S, but that's neither here nor there. But I've been vaping on this all day long, ladies and gentlemen. Look, I've still got 75% of my battery power left. And if you can possibly see in there, I've only used about a half a tank of e-juice. Now, granted, this is a bottom fill, okay? I'm sure you've seen that when I pulled that out. It's a bottom fill, but it's no problem. It's got a real nice mouthpiece and all this other kind of stuff, but I like it a lot because it's economical. That's my point. You start getting into these, like Smoke Tech, for example's got out, 4 coil heads, 6 coil heads, 8 coil heads, and like that. I guarantee you're going to be burning up e-juice, burning out your e-juice like this thing right here. The reason why this e-juice is so brown in here because it's burned up. And this is a brand new tank. It hasn't even been used that much. That's my point. That ain't going to happen with this right here, with this Odyssey head. Like I say, they're made in Britain, and I think there's one great big conspiracy going on with China. I guess I really shouldn't say that real loud, but I don't care. I'm one of these kind of guys that speaks my mind. I don't care if people like it or not. Now, I'm just trying to save somebody some heartache. if you want to vape economically, I am recommending that you look into these Odyssey British-made tanks. You know, they're real tough construction. They work very well once you get them dialed in. And that's about all I've got to say, because the way this technology's going, they're always coming out with something bigger, better, you know, all that kind of stuff. And that ain't necessarily the case, you know. This is a much more, this setup right here is a much more economical way to go. This Odyssey tank. No kidding. Okay, that's really about all I got to say. Check them out right there, that URL, and happy vaping. Let me take a little, that's one thing I have discovered though. It's got a real nice drip tip on here, but that's one thing good about this Kanger Tech. I find that the drip tip works very, very well on this. No kidding, you know. I like it. I like to run it about half more, but just listen. See, what we've got here is we really don't have, if you're a cloud chaser, this outfit right here probably isn't for you. This guy right here, this Odyssey tank. But if you're looking to save money and vape cheaply and all that, and you're not chasing clouds, I'd definitely give this Odyssey a look-see. No kidding. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you learned something. I see that this is way long, 12 minutes. Talk to you later. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.